Good evening once again, and welcome everyone to the call Fear to Faith. I'm Janki Ravani, your happiness coach, and today we're going to catch the bull by the horns and really look at what is fear, why do we love to get so scared, how to move beyond it. And before I go ahead, I really want to thank each one of you for choosing this call because this is a topic which all of us face, but yet none of us have had the courage so far to face it, to look at it in the eye and really to see what is this fear all about. And you've done it, you've taken that step. So, firstly, pat your back, acknowledge that I do have courage. If I made it for this call, it means you have courage. And it also means you are ready to go beyond that fear, right? So let's get started. Now, before we go ahead, let me ask you guys a question. How many of you are afraid of something or the other in life? Give me a yes in the chat box if you are afraid, like honest. Whether it's one thing, whether it's 10,000 things, there's something you're afraid of, put it in the chat box. Awesome. Yes, 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 yes. And let me tell you, let me ask you another question. Are you ready to live a life without fear? Are you ready? If you're ready, write ready in the chat box. If you are ready to go beyond fear. Ready. Mehak, Satyaji, Stuti, Kajol, amazing. Darshana, very good. Come on, guys, participation. Amita, well done. Komal, very good. Ready, ready, ready. Shrishti, Suhani, Shreya, where's everyone? Come on. Okay, so this is something I always have to share at the start of a call, and today is going to be no different. I have two rules for each one of you on this call. And these rules are very, very important for you all to be able to make the most of it. Okay. The first rule is I don't want you to believe a word I say. Now, why do I say that? Because everything that I'm sharing, whose experience can I come from? My experience, right? So, what I want you to do is listen to everything that I have to say with an open mind, open ears, open heart. And once you hear it, I want you to make it yours. I want you to play with the tools and I want you to implement it and see what works for you. Keep that. If it doesn't work for you, let it go. Right? Awesome. And the second rule is participate. Okay. Now, why is it a must to participate? When you participate in a call actively, when you're listening, you're seeing, you're making notes, you're responding to something when I tell you, you are completely involved with 100% attention on this call. But if you are not participating, you cannot retain everything that I'm sharing longer. So, are you attending this call only for entertainment today? Then yes, it's okay if you don't participate. But if you are genuinely here, you have to participate. How hear me? How much percent are you willing to participate? There's only one right answer. 100%. Amazing. So yes, if you're willing to participate 100%, write 100 in the chat box. Excellent. Come on, come on, come on. Non-participation is not acceptable. Excellent. Well done. Well done. All of you. I want to see all of you type 100 in the chat box. The call is not going ahead unless you do that. I'm waiting. Very good. Yes, I can see the people who are participating 1000%, 10%, 100%. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Awesome. And this is not a rule, but I would love it if more people would switch on their cameras and I would get to see you because it's always such a pleasure to see this happy tribe here. So, yes, for those who can, please do switch on your cameras. It's okay if you're eating, it's okay if you're in your night dress, it's okay if you've not done makeup and you're sitting. That's fine. But just seeing you on the call is going to make me happier interacting with all of you. Oh my God, so many of you. Hello. So lovely to see you all. So lovely. Awesome. All right. So now today's call, as I said, is about fear. By the way, I have a question. Are there any new people here who have never attended a call with me before? Just put new in the chat box if you have never attended a workshop with me before. Okay, new. Okay, we do have new people. Lovely. So that reminds me, in which case, then I will just take 2 minutes to introduce myself. Is that okay? For the people who already know me, you'll have to sit through it again. But for the new people, my name is Janki Ravani, and I'm a happiness coach. I work internationally, but I'm based in Mumbai, and I have two young boys. I have studied multiple things, like it started with a traditional MBA, and I worked in the corporate world for a couple years. But then, after a while, after when I think 8 years ago, I got the calling to shift from my corporate career, which was in as an HR business partner, to healing people and teaching them how to be happier. And to do that, I took a year off to study. So I studied the science of happiness. I studied past life regression. I studied the theory of the mind, theta healing, tapping, multiple things. And every year I keep learning new things. And I put all the things I learned, I put it together in what I call a happiness toolkit. Now, this happiness toolkit is primarily consisting of tools that you can use in just 5 seconds to shift from an unhappy state, an unpleasant state to a pleasant state, right? And that's what I teach people across the world. Students as young as 5 and 7 years old, all the way to my oldest client who was, I think, 85 years old. So, and everyone in between who's willing to become more conscious, mindful, and choose happiness. So I've had a blessed journey. I've given a TED talk. I've won 2 awards, national and international, and I absolutely love what I do. My family supports me, and which is how even on a Monday night at 9 o'clock, I'm here doing these calls. So yes, very, very grateful for the life I have and for being able to do this. So moving ahead, any questions about me that you would like to know? My new participants, all good? Awesome, awesome, cool. So in today's call is all about fear. Now, this is a 7 series, like 7 call series, moving from fear to faith, right? Now, in this series of fear to faith, we are going to learn first in today's day how to befriend fear, right? Generally, when you think of something you're afraid of, what do? We run away. But today, that stops because from today, every time you think of something you're afraid of, we are going to look it in the eye, befriend it, not fight it. I don't want you to fight your fear. We want no more violence in our lives, okay? We are going to befriend it and we're going to move beyond it and use that information that fear is giving us to our advantage to live a happier and more peaceful life. How many of you have heard the tagline of Mountain Dew? Who's going to say it? You can type it in the chat box. Come on, fastest finger first. Let me know. Let me see who knows. What is it? What is the tagline? You do it. You do it. That was my son saying, say hi, hi, Tama. Hi. Don't run away. डर के आगे जीत है. Yes, yes, yes. So the tag of Mountain Dew is डर के आगे जीत है, truly, because on the other side of fear lies everything you desire, right? So today we are going to befriend fear. Befriend means make it a friend, right? Really get to know it, see how it's serving us, and then learn to go beyond it. So before I go ahead, I'm going to take you through what are we going to do in these 7 days, and then we'll jump into the topic, okay? So we're going to learn why, what is fear? Why do we live in fear? Why do we love fear so much? Like, see, clearly, if you're doing it so much, you love it, okay? Why do we love it? We're going to learn a simple technique to process fear. Then we're going to learn a technique to move beyond the fear, to flip it, right? To flip from fear to faith. It's like a tongue twister. We're going to do a deep healing meditation also for that inner child in you who is stuck in some sort of fear, right? There is always an inner child who maybe had a fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear of failing, something or the other that got stuck. So we're going to do a healing meditation to go beyond that. You're going to then learn to apply it in at least one area of your life. And then uh, after we learn how to apply it, we're going to have a 3 weeks practice. 3 weeks. The 7 days you're with me live calls. But 3 weeks after that, we will stay on a group together to implement. Why? Why is it so important to implement? Because till it's here, it's only information and knowledge. Information and knowledge cannot serve you. When you take it from here to here, that means when the information and knowledge becomes wisdom, is how you know how to apply it in your day-to-day life. So we are going to do, everybody do this. We're going to take it from here to here, right? So you internalize it. You make it yours, right? It's like an umbrella. If it's locked in your cupboard, it's of no use when you're out in the rain, right? You have to carry that umbrella. Likewise, you have to carry this information here in your body, in every cell of your body, so you can use it when fear strikes, right? Because there are so many things that we go through every single day. Cool. Any questions up until now? All good? Awesome. Thank you. So let's look at what is fear. So just close your eyes for a moment and think of a moment in your life or multiple things in your life where you have felt fear, where you have felt afraid. Now, it's in multiple degrees. You might have, it could be a small worry and anxiety or downright panic attacks because you have gotten so mentally psyched out with that fear. But just connect to that moment where you felt intense or light fear. Right. And as you look at this fear, notice how does it make you feel in your body? Where are you feeling it in your body? Is your heart racing? Or is it just a yuck feeling that you're getting? Where is this fear in your body? In the heart and chest, okay? And now open your eyes. And how did it feel to reconnect with this fear? Just type it in the chat box. Okay, in the heart, it was scary. In the shoulder, back part, heavy, feeling it on the right side. Fear of people scolding you. Okay, it is felt very scary. I felt nervous. in the chest. Okay, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Right now, you have been having these fears for a long time, correct? It doesn't feel good. Yes, it doesn't make you feel good about yourself. Boulders running down the hill and me running. Wow, that's a very specific visual. It's very scary. Anxious, I feel it in the stomach pain. Okay, right. Anyone else would like to share how reconnecting with this fear or thinking about this fear, how did it make you feel? It makes me feel dumb, weak, okay, perspiring, very good. Okay, doesn't feel good. Very good. Thank you all for sharing. And when you felt this, now let's just look at what happened. Okay, let's start befriending the fear. First of all, do you realize that fear, it started with a thought? I'm just going to replay everything you did in slow motion, okay? It started with a thought. You thought of something you were afraid of. As soon as you thought of it, you started feeling it in your body as well. Did you notice? Some people said perspiring, stomach ache, shoulder, neck, back, chest. It felt heavy. So it started with a thought and then it had a domino effect on your body. Noted? Now, look at the next thing. Once it started in your body, what also started happening? What also started happening was you started replaying more and more of that, right? It became a loop in your head, or you started remembering more things that were related to it. Okay. Another thing that happens is it was the past, but you thinking about it right now and giving your energy to it made it your present, right? It was something in the past, it was over, maybe 2 years back, 5 years back, or maybe it's a fear you've only had in your mind which has never actually happened. But the minute you thought about it, okay, so let's again look at what is a thought. A thought is an idea in your head, but physically what's happening is there's an electrical impulse, right? There's one electric current going between your brain cells. Now, that one electric current, how fast do you think it goes? Faster than that. And it's over. But how do you keep that electric current running and looping in your head over and over again? When you keep continuously thinking about it, you feed it like you're giving it battery charge. Okay? You're giving it more and more charge. And what happens if you keep feeding charge to something? What will happen? Type it in the chat box. The effect will multiply. Yes, yes. It gets energized. Very good. It gets activated. Yes. It gets bigger. Yes. It increases. It leads to anxiety. It becomes our thought process. Excellent. Excellent. Yes. So, how many of y'all have seen skiing happening? Skiing, in the snow. You have those two poles and you have your long skis. You fix your legs into them and then you start skiing. Now, have you seen everybody skis in the same path? Mostly, right? What happens is when you ski on fresh snow, The path that the first person makes, everyone then just continues on that same path. Your skis find it much easier to go down that path rather than to build a new path. Right now, in your mind, when you have a thought once, twice, thrice, then that path becomes very familiar. And unfortunately for the mind, familiar is easy. Even if it's very painful, familiar is easy. So, what does your mind do? Once you're used to thinking about, let's say, how many of y'all like roller coaster rides? I find them very scary. I am afraid of them. Roller coaster rides. If you like roller coaster ride, yes. Or if you don't like it, write a no in the chat box. Let me see. How many of you like roller coasters? No, right? None of us like it. Thank God. My kind of people. Okay. Kajal likes roller coasters. We know we should, yes. Okay. Okay. So in a roller coaster ride, also, is a roller coaster scary? Yes. A lot of people say it's scary, right? Can you think of one person who enjoys a roller coaster? There are so many people, right, who are crazy about roller coasters. And they spend thousands of rupees going to, Disneyland and Universal Studios and, or Imagica, so many places where they love to go and experience roller coasters. So, is a roller coaster scary? Or is your interpretation of a roller coaster scary? Right? The roller coaster is not scary. If it's scary, it's a fact. Means everyone in the world has to agree on it. Fact and opinion, right? So when you think of something fearful, it is you in your mind who has decided that this thing is scary. Maybe it was scary once in the past, but you have continued to make it scary, right? So right now we are just trying to understand fear. So can you tell me some of the things that I've just spoken about fear? What happened? Can you just recount it? Recap it? Think. I don't want you to just listen. I want you to listen, make notes, participate. That's how you'll remember. See, right now also I'm asking you in 5 minutes. You're already like, wait, what? Imagine if you're not participating, what will happen after 1 week? You'll not remember anything, right? Which is why I want you to make notes. I want you to actively listen so you can implement these things in your life. Because unless you implement, this is like entertainment. Okay? I'm not here for entertainment. I'm here to teach you, to empower you to live your lives without fear. All right? So fear was a feeling, a thought it started with a thought in your mind, then it went into your body, right? Then we looked at how once we start thinking, we start going in a loop, right? Oh, then this could happen. Oh, but that could happen. Oh, they'll say this. Oh, I might feel this. Or this will go wrong. That will go wrong. It's a loop. And with this loop in the head, what is happening? That neuro pathway, the more you think about it, the more you are giving it your energy. You are energizing it. The more you energizing it, the stronger that path becomes in your mind. Now, here's the science of a thought, okay? When you think a thought, an electric current is fired between two neurons. When that electric current is fired, it creates a small sheath, small, thin, like very, very, very thin, even thinner than a single hair. Okay. But every time you think of that over and over and over, it becomes thicker and thicker. So what started as such a thin connection, it's become now very, very thick. Now you tell me, is it easier to break a thin connection or a thick connection? What is easier, thin or thick? Thin connection. Of course. When it's thin, it's easier to snap and break. When it's become very, very thick, it's more tough. Even if it's more tough, it doesn't mean it's not possible. It's just, it will require a little more amount of work. Okay. Now, coming back to fear. When you have a fear pattern, now what we do, because we are not mindful about it, we will keep going back to the default pattern. You have all heard that story of the elephant tied to a small chair or a small khilla in the ground, right? Can that hold the elephant back if the elephant decides to walk away? No. But what is the elephant thinking of? The elephant is thinking all the times when it was a small child and tied to that big tree. And no matter how much he tried to run, he couldn't run. And then he gave up saying, this will always be like this. Right? So fear becomes a habit. We assume this will always be like this. Now, put a hand on your heart and just check, what is the cost I am paying for living with fear? What is the cost I'm paying? What is it costing me because I am not acting upon my fears? I'm not taking the action because I'm afraid. Maybe someone wants to start a new business. Maybe someone wants to move and go to a different country. Maybe someone wants to change their relationship status. Maybe someone wants to try a new hobby, but you're afraid. What if I fail? What will people say? I'm too old. I'm too young. Right? What is it costing you to live with your fear? Now put it in the chat box. What is the price you are paying today? Limits me from exploring my inner strength. True. Very good. My peace and joy of living. Excellent. It's costing me my life. Yes. My mental peace. Okay. Very good. I'm feeling stuck. Okay. Excellent. Limits me, limits me from conducting retreats, going on vacations. Okay. Growing, stops me from growing. Excellent. What else? What is the price you are paying for holding on to your fear? So scared and conscious to talk my heart out. Yes, we're afraid of judgments. What will people say? Realizing, yes, it stops me from realizing my full potential. True, true. What else? It's not experiencing the other side. Okay. And the other side is what? What is that other side for you? It leads to regrets. Yes. So just now that so many of you have shared what is the cost of the fear, I invite you to write down, really, just look at that fear and write down, what am I really afraid of? What am I afraid of? What is going to happen that is so scary for me? And I want you to type it in the chat box. The unknown. I'm afraid of the unknown. Okay. And I hope you have also written this in your notebook, because where you write, what am I really afraid of? And you say you write unknown, being alone, whatever, just write that down also in your notebooks. Fear of failure. Fear of failure. Okay. Fear of facing reality. Wow. Okay. Fear of change. Okay. The worst could happen. Okay. Very good. Very good. Think, what will happen? What am I really afraid of? Work. Fear of failure in relationships. Okay. What to answer people. Okay. Okay. And as you look at this, okay, financial crisis, and these are all real fears, right? I mean, it could happen. All these things, they are not made up, right? It is genuinely things that could happen in life, which would not be nice if it happened, right? So, since we're looking at what if I will not be able to maintain my status in society? Yeah, yeah. These are all very, very valid concerns. Do you see? Nobody's just writing rubbish. These are very real concerns, things that need to be addressed. So, since we are befriending fear, now imagine that fear is a person in front of you. Okay? Just imagine. What do they look like in your mind? Just for a minute, close your eyes and just, if fear were a person, what would their personality be? What kind of clothes are they wearing? What is their hairstyle? Is it a male or a female? What do they smell like? What kind of shoes are they wearing? Or is it even human? Or is it something completely different? Like, just get a sense of. Komal says it looks like the devil himself. Okay. Just get a sense of what does this fear person, if fear were a person, what would it really look like? Because we're going to make friends with fear now. Okay. Shreya says the scary man nobody wants to talk to. Okay. Werewolf in a dark cave, a monster, a scary man. Wow. Including the devil. Okay. What does this fear look like? Satan. Awesome. Okay. So now I'm going to take you all through a guided meditation. Looks like me in 2023. So sweet. All right, Minka. Thank you for sharing. All right. What I want you all to do is now close your eyes. I'm going to take you through a short meditation, and we are going to meet our fears. Okay, if fear were a person, we're going to meet that fear. So relax, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, and just prepare yourself like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do it together as a group. It's completely safe. I trust everything will be fine. Let's look at and let's meet and let's befriend fear. If it is someone I'm living with, something I'm living with since so many years, every single day, let me befriend my fear, at least one of them today. All right? So, as you take a few deep breaths and get aware of your body, seated comfortably in your home, on the chair, on the bed, on the floor, wherever you're sitting, get present to your body sitting comfortably in this position. And think of your fear. Think of what you just gave it a face, a name, an identity, a personality. And as you look at that fear, allow yourself to become present to how your body is shifting or responding with respect to this fear, with this fear right in front of you, in your face. How is your body shifting? Are you feeling uncomfortable? Are you contracted? Are you moving backwards? Are you withdrawn? Are you looking at where to run? Right? Just get present to how your body is shifting by thinking of this fear. And as you become present to that, now imagine that there is a safe wall or a glass panel between you all, but somewhere that you can talk and listen to. Maybe you're wearing headphones, you've got a mic, they've got a mic, and earphones. There is a way in which you can communicate with your fear, right? So as you look at that fear, you are safe in the comfort and safety of your home, but you are also looking at this fear in front of you, but you are separated by a safety wall. Okay? Now I'm putting this wall here so you know it's safe and you can look closely at the fear. You can let yourself come close to understand the fear. And now, as you get comfortable, I want you to ask the fear, hey, hi, what is your role in my life? What is it that you're really here to do? Ask the fear, how are you serving me? How are you serving me in my life by showing up, by being with me? How do you serve me? Giving benefit of doubt to the fear and assuming that fear was here to really be your friend. What is it that fear's purpose is in being there in your life? Now ask the fear, is there a gift you have for me? And whatever answers you keep getting, just make a mental note of them and park them aside. Now tell the fear that you are welcome to stay in my world for today, since I'm getting to know you, since I'm getting to familiarize myself with you and befriend you. You are welcome to stay in my world at my terms, not as an unwelcome guest that can throw me off guard, but I'm conscious you are here. I'm giving you the permission to stay for today. Like how we show a guest to the guest bedroom. You can tell your fear, like, okay, this is your place. You are allowed to stay here till I learn more and figure what to do. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes and come back. And write it in the chat box. What is your initial feeling or reaction or experience from this short meditation? Heavy? There is a headache when I'm seeing fear in front of me. Okay, very good. Thank you for sharing, Nandini. Who else? Come on, type it in the chat box. Awareness and cautious approach instead of being reckless is the gift I received. I befriended fear to a small extent, says Darshana. Okay. Awareness and caution. My approach instead of being reckless. That is the gift I received, says Satyaji. Okay. Excellent. As I met this fear, another fear popped up. Okay. I'm getting a headache. Okay. I felt I can overcome it, says Stuti. Okay. Shreya says, fear helped me stay in my limits. It was there to gain trust. Abbas, I will trust myself now. Excellent. Excellent. So, everybody, I would again like you to switch on your cameras because it helps me when I can see you also. Fear showed me the path which I would never dare, gave me momentum and revealed my potential, says Minka. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So, do you see? We just did like a 5-6 minutes meditation to just say hi to the fear. We didn't make it go away. I didn't tell you, yes, you got the courage, bash it up, make it go away. We didn't do any of that. But yet, most of you felt a lot calmer. Do you agree? You at least could sit there and look at fear in the eye and have a conversation instead of just bhago, right? How are you feeling right now? Right? Claudia says it made me feel I can overcome it. Mixed feelings, Komal says, feeling relaxed as well as facing my fears. Yes. Now, those were your initial thoughts. Now, just think as you looked at fear in the eyes, as you sat with your fear, as you talked to your fear, just think what you did and how are you feeling about it right now? Is it as scary? Is it as big? Is it as significant? Satyaji says, I was calm. Yes. Darshana says, I was calm. Komal says, I was calm. Wow, guys. Very nice. Sati says, I was hopeful. Very good. I'm feeling hopeful now. Very good. How do you feel now? Just a 5 minute. Did I take away your fear? Did you find the solution for your fear? Shreya says, I released it. There were tears coming out. How lovely, right? Thank you for sharing. Just sitting mindfully and looking at your fear. Even though when we started, some of you said, I can see it as Satan, the devil, a werewolf in a dark cave, a monster with horns, right? Even though we started before the meditation and you all said this is what fear would look like, someone nobody wants to talk to, just sitting with it for 5 minutes made you feel calmer. Do you agree? Now, when you asked, what is the purpose you serve in my life? What is the gift you have for me? What answer did you get? Type it in the chat box. Protector. Jigisha says its its purpose was to protect me. Okay. Excellent. Komal says I did not get anything. Okay, no worries. Darshana says it made me more confident, believe in my own ability. Excellent. What else? Yes, Amita, absolutely. What else was the gift that fear had for you? Awareness and work with caution. Excellent. What else? The gift was to move ahead with caution, right? Cautious. Very good. Very good. To be more of who I am. Very good. Continuity of my job. Okay. Very good. I'm able to do that, the the only person thought was stopping it. Okay. Very good. Okay. So just now, let's do a little thank you exercise. Now, let me explain to you what is this fear, how is it serving you? Each of you, when you looked at the fears in your life, you got that it was a valid concern, right? It was a very valid concern. So fear's job is to give you those valid concerns. Like, hey, you want to do this? Cool, but take care of this. Like, you could get hurt, or somebody else could get hurt, right? Or you could fail, or yes, someone might say something, or your finances might get affected, right? Your lifestyle might get affected. So fear has not come to stop you from taking action. Fear has come here saying, hey, you want to take this action? That's great. But just take care of this one small thing and move ahead so you are safe. Fear's job is to keep you safe, right? So now think about it. Whatever valid concern you had in whichever area of your life, whether it was your health, whether it was your finances, whether it was relationships, whether it was this will affect your income or that person might feel bad. Fear's job is saying, hey, this could go wrong, but if you take care of it, you will be fine. Does this make sense? So now, let's put a hand on your heart. Say, wow, I never thought of that. I never realized fear was really being my friend. You know how there are friends or moms who will tell you, I don't care. I'm going to tell you what is right. Right? I don't care if I'm being the speed breaker or taking a pin and bursting your bubble. You need to get out of that bubble and see the reality. Okay? That's what fear is doing. It's here to give you very valid information about something that you really passionately want to go ahead with, right? So now you can again see fear. You made fear sit, saying, you please wait here till I figure what to do with you. You are welcome. This is the guest bedroom you're living in. So go back to the guest bedroom and say, wow, I'm sorry. I judged you. I thought you were my enemy. I thought you were the bad guy or girl. I thought you were Satan, werewolf with horns, ready to kill me. But I never realized you were just here to protect me, keep me safe, help me move forward more mindfully. Like, this is just something I need to take care of. It's like you're on a road trip and you have a fear. What if I run out of petrol? It's a very valid fear. Yes, please keep a can of petrol with you or check where the nearest, gas stations are on the way. So you know, okay, by the time I reach this much, this is the gas station, then I can continue another 1,000 kilometers, right? Your fear is only here to support you. So say thank you to the fear. Say thank you very much. And if you would like to, you can give that fear a hug. Because fear is just that part of you that wants to protect you. Even parents who are always tokoing us, rokoing us, all they were doing was just trying to protect you. Whether they were parents who were very strict, whether they were always nagging, they were simply doing their best to protect you, right? Likewise, today, that voice inside you, which is holding you back, that fear, is just trying to protect you. Now, say hi to the fear, say thank you to the fear, give that fear a hug, and say, you are welcome. I understood your purpose in my life. Now I'm going to take care of it and still move forward. All right? And when you're done, give me a nice big heart in the chat box so that I know step one today is complete. Awesome. 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 Super. Now, you're welcome. Awesome. Awesome. Now, I would like maybe one or two people to just share their experience of from the time you visualized fear as a big, scary Satan, werewolf, dragon, monster, to right now in the last 15 minutes. And all this happened in the last 15 minutes, by the way. What was the shift you saw for yourself? I would just like one or two people to raise their hands and then I'll have you share. I want you to be quick. We just want to be quick in acknowledging, like, wow, I can't believe this, right? Raise your hand and I would love to hear from you all. Come on, who's sharing? Fear has come in. How am I looking? Can I speak? What if I make a fool of myself? Yes, that's a possibility, but I'm still going to do it, right? So, yes, who would like to share?
So, Janki, for me, it was fear of being alone. And like I mentioned in the chat box, then fear of death came by. And then now, as you were asking us this, it struck me that that fear of being alone, I started, I became a people pleaser, And then, like, just to not to be alone, I started doing things which were hurting me and disturbing me. And then I was, after that, feeling very uh, upset and helpless. And now I feel um, it's okay to be alone rather than be with a person with whom I feel very uncomfortable.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you for sharing. So, what was your fear just trying to tell you?
It's okay to be by yourself rather than be with a person with whom you're uncomfortable.
Yes, yes. So, your fear was rejection, which is why you started people pleasing. So, your fear was simply trying to tell you more, be yourself,
Mm.
be the real you, the right people will come. When you change yourself to please too many people, you are becoming different. And then the wrong people are getting attracted to that different you because that's not you in any case. You be you, the right people will come, right? So that's all your fear was simply trying to tell you. Amazing. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Over a big hand, guys. Brave girl. All right. Any other person, would you like to share what it was for you? Nandini, would you like to share? You're looking like you're sitting on the fence, like, should I not? Come on, go for it.
So, yeah, actually, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, as I written in the chat box also, so my fear was related to my career, my job, what I'm doing right now. Because considering the situation in our industry at present, so if something happen, will I able to keep this status in society? So when I start this visualization, initially I had this headache, I said, but then slowly when I thought of that, so this fear is just to keep me motivated. What I feel, okay, if I will not sustain this, but I have to find out some way, and I have to be in that stream right now. So
Yeah.
just I can be lazy
Yeah.
and to think what else is possible.
Very true.
Yes.
Very true. What else is possible? I love it. Thank you for sharing. Yes. And that is what your fear is simply here to say. Yes, the way the industry is going, things could change. What do I need to do now to keep up? Right? What do I need to be doing to still stay cutting edge? Right? Do I need to upgrade myself? Do I need to do a new course? Do I need to change my career? Is there something else required? Now you can focus and get answers to that by taking action in that direction. Not just sitting, what if I could get thrown out? What if? We're not staying stuck in running from the fear. We're going to face it. We're going to look at what's required, use it to our advantage, and move forward
Forward.
strong. Amazing, amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yes.
Thank
So,
you.
guys,
Nice to
this is,
see you after a long time.
yeah, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, this way, guys, I want you to understand your fear is your friend. Now, just like any other thing, if you obsess over it, if you try to run away from it, if you try to ignore it, what will happen? What you resist persists. Now, every single emotion, fear or something else, use every emotion as a messenger that your subconscious mind or your higher self or the universe, whatever you want to call it, is sending you. Now, if it's just a messenger, till you don't take the message, it has to keep knocking your door. Better to sit with it, open that. Let me see the message, let me read the memo, and let me see what action is required. So from tomorrow, we're going to go beyond the fear into how to really change it and how to establish a deep practice of flipping it to faith, right? So today you are going to take care of now for homework, okay, for tomorrow. I want you all to make a list of all the fears that you can think of and make it a list as big as you want. What if my mom disapproves of me? What if my colleagues laugh at me? What if they judge me for leaving on time? What if this? What if this? What if this? What if this happens? What if that happens? Or I'm afraid I don't have the finances to fund my whatever, this or that, or medical expenses or daughter studies or whatever is on your mind. Just put it all on a paper. And tomorrow, 9 o'clock, when we meet, and by the way, don't only put it on the paper. If you want, just take a picture and share it on the chat box. You all are all on the WhatsApp group. Share it in the chat box, and you'll realize, wait, actually, all of us have similar fears. Nobody has, you know, weird fears. All of us are in the same boat with similar fears. And then when we look at it in a deeper way, we'll see how can we flip it. And our job is not only to flip it, but to establish a deep sense of faith so that every time fear comes, we can befriend it and then flip it. What are we going to do? Befriend it and flip it. All right. So are you ready for tomorrow? Was today's call helpful? Did it open up your mind a little bit to fear? Like, this is different. I've never thought about it this way, right? Awesome. So I invite you all to make that list, because when you make that list, you'll get something, and that what you'll get out of it, I'm going to tell you tomorrow. It's a very, very important thing that will happen. And I'll teach you a journaling technique also, how to change it after that, right? So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, 9 p.m. sharp. Be there with your lists. And today, at least put the lists on the WhatsApp group. All right? Awesome. See you. Bye-bye. Take care. By the way, the call is first. We have 7 calls. Today was the first. There are 6 more. Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday off. And then again, Monday, Tuesday next week. Right? So I'll see you tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Take care. Make sure you do your homework. Don't be afraid. Yesterday, I was attending, by the way, a very interesting class called Talk to the Entities. Okay? Like literally entities and spirits. And I've always been afraid of it all my life. Like I said, I don't want anything to do with it. And yesterday I went and did the class. It was a very last minute thing. I did the class just 1 week, 10 days before it got planned. And I said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to face my fears. And I didn't realize the next day this workshop was starting. So it was like very cool, because the tagline of that workshop is, don't be scared, be scary, right? Be scary. Don't be scared. Be scary. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to be scary and make other people scared. I'm not going to feel scared. All right. Because, anyways, fear is my friend. I've learned to befriend it now. So tomorrow I'll tell you the story of what happened in the Talk to the Entities class. A lot of things I realized about myself and about my fear. And there is an underlying gift that fear has. And tomorrow we are going to unwrap that gift in class. So scary, not for us. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, sleep well, and bye bye.